Hey everybody, Franny Knight here. I wanted to give you a quick update on our market right now, what's going on and what you need to think about if you're thinking about buying a house and if you're thinking about selling a house. So I want to give a perspective for both and what we have been experiencing. We've sold about 10 houses and helped about 10 buyers in the months of July and August. And so we've got a real pulse on the market, I'm going to tell you. And so here's the deal. So the market is red hot for the first time home buyer market, which is in the 200 to 350 range in the core of Kansas City. And we work mostly Waldo, Brookside, Midtown, Westport, downtown, Northeast, and some of the east parts of Kansas City. So that's our experience. A little bit of the inner parts of KCK that's close to downtown and KU Med Center. So our experience is that we have a very hot market. We have more buyers than we have houses. We have been a low inventory for 5 years. There's just not enough houses for the numbers of buyers. And that's been going on for 5 years, and I think this year it just kind of accumulated. Every year I think we have buyers who say, okay, we'll wait till next year. We just can't get the house that we want. And over the last 5 years, we've just gotten a lot of people, and then the COVID happened, and I'm not really sure yet why all of a sudden in June and July we had tons more buyers than we've had in a very long time. So most houses that are in pretty good shape are kind of cute, priced basically based on comps, maybe a little bit higher because of the market we're in, are getting 10, I'm going to say average of 10 offers. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes more. I've been in a situation where there were 20 offers. On our little cute Westport house at 4010 Clark, we had 13 offers. All of them 30 to 40,000 above a list price, and that's not unusual. I represented buyers this summer who sold their West Plaza house and bought a Brookside house. They had 9 offers in before they got their final one accepted, and the way they got that accepted was they put in an offer as soon as it went on the market before they even looked at it. They did a in its present condition where they could do their inspection and back out if they needed to, but they weren't going to ask for anything, and they offered 30,000 above right out of the gate. This was their 9th house that they put an offer on, because all the others that they learned, that's exactly what everybody else was doing, so that's what they did. So they finally got the house. So if you're a buyer in this market, first off, a lot of people are saying, should we be buying in this market? Isn't this kind of a wackadoodle market? It is a wackadoodle market. It's wacky. Whew. And COVID, not getting better, getting worse. Our economy, not getting better, getting worse. We might shut back down. What's going on? Should we buy? Are the prices crazy? Are we going to regret it? There's a lot of things to think about. And I'm going to tell you, it's a very personal, independent, individual decision. If you're pretty sure your employment's not going to go away, it's probably not a bad thing to buy a house right now. If you can strategize and do what we tell you to do, or your agent that you're working with who has experience in this, how to be competitive. And I'm going to give you a few more things to do. So it depends. You have strong employment? Do you have enough cash to put a decent sized down payment and an earnest money deposit and have some closing costs? It's a great time to buy. Look, here's the thing. Even if your employment gets reduced, you would still have to be renting an apartment or a house. If you buy a house, you have a little bit more flexibility. You could rent out a room, you can rent out your basement, you rent out your garage, you could rent out the whole house. I don't know, but you have a little bit more freedom to work with that. Plus some banks, not right away, but would do a forbearance so they could, but you'd still have to pay those months that you weren't paying, but you have a little bit more flexibility. Are you buying at the top of the market? Yes, you are. But we listen, if you stay in your house for 5 to 7 years, you're going to be fine. unless our country blows up. Then I don't know. But for the most part, it's still okay to buy a house, and the interest rates are 2.8%. A little bit higher for some people, but I've seen 2.8%. I can't even tell you, I never have seen 2.8%. I've just been told by one of my lenders it's going up 0.5% in September, so I don't think it can stay that low for a long time, but what do I know? I'm not in that business. So if you are buying a house, here's what you got to do. You got to get your stuff in order. So, and I'm not talking about people who have to sell a house and buy. I'm talking about your first-time home buyer, or you're just buying a house, don't have a house to sell first. So you got to get everything in order. Get your loan approval, your pre-approval together. Don't get a pre-qual, get a pre-approval. And if you can get a conventional loan, more down payment, up to 20% is better than, you can get a down payment for 5, 10, 15%. But when you're competing with somebody else who's putting 20% down, they're going to go with the one with a little bit stronger financial package. Also, find a lender. We have some we'll recommend to you that will that's local or smaller. The big banks and Quicken Loans and all those, I'm not saying they're bad people, bad companies to borrow from, but in our circle of realtors, most realtors, when they're advising their sellers which offer to take, they want to know that it's more local because they're usually better and quicker. All right, so that's you just got to get your loans, and then the next thing that you need to do is you need to go on an exploratory mission for a couple of weeks. Go take a look at what's out there, what houses, what you like, what you don't like. It's kind of hard because there's not many on the market, but kind of get that figured out, because when you're ready to turn the switch on and be ready to be competitive with your game hat on, and now you're going to go start putting in offers, then you want to know exactly what you want, so much that you can look at pictures and put an offer in. That's how good you need to be about what you want. Because if you're still wandering around and I want to buy a house in Waldo, and I want to buy a house up northeast, and I'm not sure what style, and I know, like, you got to get that all worked out before you're ready to put in an offer. Because then our team, and it's good to have a team of agents who can help you with this, then we'll get you into the house, or we'll get you the offer put in, and then you go look at the house that day. There's many strategies, but you've got to be ready to go. So those are my suggestions. And then we'll talk about how you're going to have to put in offers. Don't think you're going to get the house for list price. It's not going to happen. Not right now. You got to think it's got to go above. So you got to start thinking that way already, like at least 10,000 above. There may be a few houses we'll tell you, no, it's not going to go above, but for the most part, these houses are going 10, 20, 30,000, sometimes 40,000 above list price. It's crazy. Okay, so that's where you got to be as a buyer. Now, sellers, if you are not buying another property in the first-time home buyer price range, 200 to 350, then you're going to do great. You just get your house looking cute. We can help you make it look cute. You got to make it look cute. You can't make it look like, unless you've got the generalized cute style down. You need to hire somebody who can help you make it look cute. That's very important. And hire a company like Urban Cool KC, who knows how to market your house, pushing it out in front of a lot of people. Now, if your house is more than 350, up above 400, we got to do some things a little bit different. But in that 200, 350 range, if it's cute and you don't have any kind of weird things about your house, it's probably going to sell pretty quick, and probably more than you ever thought it was going to sell. It was a good time to sell. Now's a great time to sell. Will it be a good time to sell in the spring? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of ifs right now with the pandemic and with our election and our economy and unemployment, and have no idea. I do know right now is a good time. We don't have enough inventory for the buyers. We still have to. So get your house on the market and get it sold now before election. That's my suggestion. If you have to buy another house in the 2 to 350 range, then you are going to probably have to go get a temporary place to live, unless you have enough money to carry yourself to carry two properties, which some people do. But if you don't, if you need the proceeds and your lender's not going to carry both mortgages, then you need a temporary place. Look, some people move in with family, others move into Airbnbs, some temporary places, and nobody likes to move twice. I'm sorry. But that's what you're going to have to do. I'm just being really upfront and honest with you. All right. So just the first step is bring us out. Let us tell you what you need to do. Get your house ready. We can help with the staging. We'll get you the photos and we'll get you listed. Believe me, it's going to go really quick. It's just is. That's the good part of this. You're not going to have to show your house over and over again for months on end. It's great. Should you wait until next spring? I don't know. I wouldn't. I'd do it now. But it could be just fine next spring, and I tell you to sell now, and maybe next spring it's even hotter and you make more money. So I don't know. I just know that now you could get a pretty good deal for your house. Come talk to us. We're experts in getting your house ready to sell and make the most money. And then how do you purchase a house while you're trying to sell your other house? We're really great at that. So give us a call. Look forward to helping you.